Congratulations, first of all.
Thank
What are
you.
your what are your thoughts on joining the Bears, and how much contact did you have with them during the pre-draft process?
Actually, not too much. The funny thing was, like, so many people were messaging me saying, "Oh, I hope the Bears use their fourth round pick on you. Like, you'd be great and things like that." But at the end of the day, it's the NFL, and you never really know what's going on. But I obviously spoke to Coach Hightower um, at the combine, and yeah, I feel like we really clicked. And he used to coach Mitch Wishnowsky at the 49ers, and I really feel like I'm a similar kind of player. So yeah, I'm just really excited to be a Bear and just get to work. Like, it's hasn't really sunk in yet. It's pretty surreal.
Go ahead, Courtney.
Tori, did you think you were going to go in the fourth round? I know you said people were texting you about using a thinking that the Bears could get you here, but did you think you'd go this high, and did you think you would be drafted, or was college free agency the route you thought you were going to have to go?
Yeah, I was always pretty confident that I was going to get drafted. It was really just a matter of how high and things like that. And yeah, I really, it's funny. My girlfriend's from Chicago, so I was like, oh man, imagine the Bears use their pick at 122 and then got to like 115. I just said it as a joke to my girlfriend. I was like, oh, only 7 picks away, but um, there's not many punters that are drafted high these days, and yeah, it's just really an absolute honor um, to be a Bear, and I just can't really believe it, to be honest. It's crazy.
Zach?
Hey Tori, congratulations on your Iowa bio. It says you can kick with your right and left foot, but obviously it looks like you kick with your right leg. What's kind of the story behind that, and have you ever tried it, differently?
Never kicked a left-footed punt in a game, but I can certainly do that just basically from my Aussie rules background. Yeah, that's a lot of you have to be able to kick on both feet. So yeah, that's where it really comes from. But I've never done that in a game.
Sean?
Hey Tori, congrats on getting drafted. Just curious, could you kind of give us the overview on just how you started playing American football and kind of what that journey's been like?
Yeah, so it started back in 2019. I joined Pro Kick Australia, and yeah, when I first came over, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna have fun and see what happens. And then after a year or so, my coach was really said, like, you can really be something pretty special, and wasn't really anything that I'd thought about too much. I'd always known that I had a big leg, and yeah, I'm really just grateful for all the coaches, especially Coach Ferrans, more so Coach Woods, for really just letting me be me. And yeah, I've had one pretty crazy journey, but it just really shows, like, if you just put in the hard work, usually good things prevail.
Colleen?
Kind of along those lines, at what point did you realize that you could actually be drafted in the NFL?
It was probably after this season. I was kind of like, yeah, you know what? I've had 4 really solid seasons and performing at a high level, and I was able to do it in the crappier conditions and things like that. So it was probably, yeah, once the season was over, and I was like, all right, I'm going to really put all my eggs in one basket for these next few months and really just grind away. And really, I'm just, yeah, it's still pretty starstruck. I can't really believe it. It's all worked out the way that I wanted to, which is pretty sweet.
Nick?
Congrats, Tori. Obviously Iowa relied on you a lot with their punting. What's a secret to being a good punter? Is there something that you can point to that allows you to do what you do?
Yeah, I think there's first and foremost, there's a few things, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is really just be you, or just me being me, doing what I'm good at. There's a lot of guys that are good at different things. And for me, it's just all about doing what I'm good at. And yeah, that's what the Bears are going to get, someone that can kick for distance and hang time, but someone that can also pin him deep and place it wherever he wants. So yeah, that's what I'm most excited about.
Pat?
Hey, Tori, congratulations. Did you meet your girlfriend in college? And where is she from in Chicago? Do you know?
Yes, yeah, I did actually. And she's from I'm having a mind blank right now because I'm just outside in the northern suburbs in is it Winnetka?
Yeah, that's the neighborhood.
Yeah, Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, just near Evanston. I really should know that, but like I said, my mind's going at 100 miles an hour right now. It's I forgot.
Thank you.
I kind of had a similar question, but the fact that she's from Winnetka area, how often have you visited Chicago? How much do you know about the city?
I've actually visited Chicago a few times. A couple of my old roommates, Henry Marquise, he's a mad Bears fan. And funny story, he was meant to be here a couple of hours ago, but he hasn't showed up yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing him and giving him some shit for that. But yeah, I've been to Chicago a few times, been to a couple of baseball games too. So yeah, great city, and I'm certainly used to kicking in the cold and the poor conditions, which I'm really excited for.
Are we talking Cubs or White Sox?
Cubs, sure.
All right.
Don't hold that against me though.
No, that's the correct answer as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Sean,
You got to punt at Wrigley Field in that game, didn't you? What was that like?
Yeah, it was obviously a pretty cool experience and things like that. You know, I never really grew up a baseball fan, and I haven't been like a massive Cubs fan or anything like that. So, you know, we got a few guys from Chicago that probably appreciated that opportunity a little bit more for me. But as long as the field is 120 yards long, I don't really care where we're playing. But it was obviously pretty surreal playing at such a, I guess, prestigious stadium like that.
Courtney,
When you kicked that 67-yard punt in the bowl game, did you know you broke the record at that point, like when you were coming off to the sideline?
Yeah, I did actually, because I thought there was some chance that I was going to do it in the Big Ten championship game because I was running off with the long snapper, and he said, he's like, "Oh, you're pretty close to the record." And I was like, "I don't really want to think about that," but I think I only needed a couple more punts, and but we only had one that the rest of that game. But yeah, I knew because everyone had kind of spoken about it, like, "Oh, you're nervous." I'm like, "Oh, not really." I would have been a little nervous had I shanked it 18 yards and been 1 yard short. But yeah, it was obviously pretty cool breaking the record, and no one really punted as much as us. So I doubt it'll ever be broken.
A quick follow-up on that. Just what is the responsibility for a punter on a team where scoring is not as high? Maybe the offense, has dealt with some struggles. I'm trying to find a nice way to say this, but just like how much weight was put onto you? You're always out there, it seemed, last year for Iowa.
Yeah. Yeah, that I mean, obviously a little bit, but I didn't like let it get to me, you know. I'm a really big believer in that just controlling what you can control. And at the end of the day, whenever I had the ball in my hand, I could manipulate the game and control the game that I wanted to. And I love that pressure, you know. I always think, well, if someone else isn't going to do it, give me the ball and I'll do it. So I never like felt the pressure or anything like that. In fact, I feel like I really relished in it and really enjoyed the responsibility that was given to me to, I guess, help my team win games, which I'm going to continue to do for as long as I'm playing. Just putting the team in the best position I possibly can.
Alex,
Congrats, Tory. Kind of along those lines of you just going out there and doing it. You know, obviously special teams is really important, but are there ways in which you felt like when you were going out there, you could be like a weapon almost for the Hawkeyes and then could maybe be a weapon for the Bears?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, Caleb just texted me before saying, "Hey, you're not going to punt too much here," which is great. But yeah, that was pretty funny. But, you know, it's one of those things. Being a punter, you actually never really know when you're going to go out on the field. So, you know, the quarterback, they always know, well, whenever it's first down or whenever we get the ball back, I'm going out there. But there can be stages of the game and where you might think you're going out there, and then they get that long completion. Certainly the NFL is going to be a lot different to Iowa. You know, I punted, what was it, 90-something times, nearly, 300 times in my career almost. But I know it's not going to be like that in the NFL. But as long as I'm punting balls somewhere, I don't really care what happens.
awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Tori. We're super excited for
Appreciate
you.
it, guys. Thank you.
See you soon.